Are you tired of feeling like you're drowning in a sea of shoulds? In today's Sunday Reset, we're breaking free from the pressure to do it all and focusing on what truly matters, not just the things that we accomplish, but who we are. Let's reset our priorities and invest our time and energy in the things that actually bring us joy. It's time to let go of the shoulds and align ourselves with the things that we truly love and that bring meaning into our lives. Welcome to this week's Sunday Reset. Today we're focusing on choosing priorities that we really love or need versus feeling the pressure to try to do it all. Let's take the time to define who we are and what truly matters in this season of our lives, right? We're not always in the same season throughout every stage of our life. Priorities are going to change based on what's happening around us. And I think it's important to reassess really where you are today and what those true priorities are for you here and now. Free yourself from the pressure of perfection. I think especially as women, we feel like we want to do it all, right? There's so many messages. We're just bombarded with messages of all the things we should be doing. And if you see, if you extra credit, write down, make a schedule of all the things that you would want to do in a day-to-day. Make a schedule. How much time would it actually take to do everything? I think that's really freeing because when you see how much time it would take to do everything you'd really like to do, you see that it's not possible. It's just, we can't do it, right? And then it just helps you figure out what you do want to prioritize. What are those things? What are those moments that you want to create in your life? And do them. Make that your highest priority. You can also, a really helpful tool, create margins. So if you think a task is going to take 30 minutes, don't just write down 30 minutes as you're planning your day. I would say assume it's going to take 45. So when things go over, when you get interrupted, when life happens, you're not feeling stressed when things take you longer than you think they will. You've already put that margin in there, and it'll give you a much greater sense of ease, right? That's a tool that I've learned from, it's Minimalist Homeschooling is the book, and it's Zara Fagen, maybe. I'll put her book in the description for anybody that's in the homeschooling world, although she has just really great life advice. She's got a specific homeschooling focus, but the general ideas that she has are phenomenal for Smartful living. So I'll put that in the description as well. And then just continue to evaluate, right? Our seasons change, life changes, demands on us change. So just, if it's every few months, if it's once a year, just take some time and reflect and switch things up as you need to. The goal here is not to try to make a list of doing more, right? That's actually the opposite. We want to do less and be more aligned into who we are, how we choose to be in the world. The shoulds of life can be a trap. They can make us feel drained, and honestly, it can just go, it can make you feel like you're just not enough because it's a never-ending list of shoulds. What are the things that you value most in life right now, in this current season? Or another way to ask, what are some activities that bring you joy and fulfillment? One way that I like to do it is to really take a long angle lens and think about what kind of legacy I want to leave, either for my kids, for my husband, for just people in the world around me. What kind of legacy do I want to leave? And hopefully my life can be an inspiration for how my kids choose to lead their own lives when they're adults, So what are the lessons? What are the impacts? What are the daily habits or practices that are just ways of being that I want to put out in the world that I hope that they will carry forward? And when I do that, it's really, really powerful. I'm just going to write down, I'm going to read you kind of what I journaled this week, because I think it may get your own wheels spinning. So I'm just going to grab my notebook here and I'll read that to you. Okay, so here's what I've pinpointed as important, what my priorities are. Connection, laughter, singing, silly dance parties, read-alouds where we get inside jokes from them and just have cherished memories through those experiences. Pursuing our own passions, making mistakes, taking one small imperfect step at a time versus trying to do something all at once. Being a light in the world simply by being ourselves. Flirting with the world around us, aiming to be the highest versions of us, the joyful, juicy ones, full of heart and curiosity, but giving ourselves grace when we inevitably miss our marks. I want my kids to be wise, have grit, and be proud of themselves for the effort they put into their work. I want them to be thoughtful thinkers. I want my husband to know and feel how much I love him, and vice versa. There are so many societal shoulds on my list that distract me from these highest priorities that don't matter to me really as much. Like household tasks. They're important, but the other things, the other ways of being are so much more important to me. When I look at household tasks though, and as I use them as a tool to model for my kids, or where I can teach them how to approach those things, it flows better into my day usually. And the things that I listed above, those are the things that truly make my heart sing. Those are my starting points. So I hope you can take that and really try to take your own long angle lens, easy for me to say, on really figuring out what your core values, your core priorities are, so that they can guide you well into living the life you want to live. I've talked about this before, but it's really important to start with how we are in the world, how we want to be in the world. Yet we tend to put a focus on the activities we do and what we accomplish, right? But if we start the other way, it's just so much more effective, so much, it makes so much more of an impact on the world around us. So start there, and I'd love to hear what your priorities are. There's been several people who have different approaches that have inspired me. Kendra Adachi, she wrote The Lazy Genius, and she talks a lot about focus on what's important to you and be a genius at that level. And then everything else, let it go. Be lazy about it. It's okay. She's got some great books that I'll put in the item description. And also she has a Facebook community too, the Lazy Genius Collective, that's really been inspiring for me too, just in learning how to simplify and prioritize. There's also Greg McKeowan. He's the author of Essentialism. And he had said, if you don't prioritize your life, somebody else will. And how true is that, right? It's so easy to get bombarded with requests, and they may not be things that are really all that important to you, but you just kind of get spun into those activities or those requests. Really, truly, what are the things that are most important to you, right? Or your family, or your legacy, right? So to wrap it up, I would just say this week, focus on who you are becoming, not on the things that you are accomplishing. And prioritize really what most matters to you and let go of the rest. It's okay, right? And then also, let's just embrace the freedom that comes with focusing on the things that we truly love and we need, and stop chasing after those shoulds. Join us next week for another Sunday Reset, where we'll focus on reconnecting, recharging our batteries, and reflecting on the things that really, truly matter most. Remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great week. Let's all live smartfully.